guys, welcome back to the new video. So in this video we're gonna make this awesome barber shop website from start, and let me show the demonstration of the project which we're gonna make in this video. Okay, so let's refresh this website from start, and I'm gonna show you how we're gonna build this awesome website step by step from start. Okay, so let's refresh this website from start, and after refreshing you can see that we have this full animation coming here like this on our homepage. And after refreshing you can see that when I scroll below, then this part of the header is always sticky at the top. So I will show you how you can make this type of sticky header at the top also. We have these menus here, so when I hover on these menus, we have this type of hover effect on these menus, and here we have the book an appointment button, and also we have this hover effect on this animation. Okay, so let's go below, and after going below you can see that we have our one more section where we can showcase all our barber shop photos and all. Okay, so if I go below here you can see that I have one more section where I have this sequence animation. So let me refresh this again, and here we are showing the working hours of our store, and here you can see that we have the working hours like Monday to Thursday, and here you can showcase all your store information here. Okay, if you have the barber store website, or if you have the shop, so you can show all of your working hours like this. And here we have the barber shop logo, and also this logo has the hover animation. So when I hover on this logo, we have this bob effect. Okay, so let's move to the next section, and after moving to the next section, let me refresh this again, and here you can see that we have the sequence animation in all our website from start to end. And if I refresh it again, you can see that how cool this animation is coming, and this line is coming from left to right. Okay, so I will show you how you can make this type of animation step by step from start, so don't skip the video. Okay, so let's also you can see that here we have the read more button, and also we have this hover effect on this button. Okay, so let's go below. You can see that we have our slider, and here you can showcase all your barber shop main images here, and also it can slide from left to right like this. You can slide by using the mouse cursor also, and you can also slide by clicking on these buttons. Okay, so let's move to the next section, and here you can see that we have also the dots, so you can click on these dots also for moving the slides. Okay, so let's move to the next section. After this section you can see that we have our barber services section. So if I refresh this here, you can see that we have all the services listed here, and here you can see that we have the haircut, shaving, kids haircut, and beard trim. Okay, so I will show you how you can make this type of awesome layout also. Okay, so let's move, and here also you can see that we have the sequence animation. If I refresh this from start, you can see that all the animations are coming one by one. So here we have added the time delay, so I will show you how you can add this by using the Elementor. So let's go below, and here you can see that we have all our pricing section. So here you can mention all your store or the shop pricing, means which haircut is of which price, so your customer will have this all the information here in one place. Okay, so here you can see that, and here also we have the sequence animation. Like here you can see that the pricing section, all these are coming in a sequence. If I go below, then you can see that this is coming in a sequence. And here you can add a CTA section where you can showcase all your offers. Like right now I have 15% off in my store, and if customer want to book an appointment, he can also click on this button, and he can go to a form where he can fill out the form, and he will get an appointment. Okay, here we have our all the barber shop stories section. So customer which are coming in our store, and they have a story like how they enjoyed the barber store services. So you can mention all of their stories here in a form of blogs. And this is also a slider, so let me refresh this again, and after refreshing you can see that we have this coming, and also this is and also this slide from left to right like this. You can click on these dots to make it slide. Also you can slide by using the mouse cursor from left to right and right to left. Okay, so let's move to the next section, and here you can see that we have our footer section where you can showcase all your store information like this. Here I have the store logo. Here I have all the timings here. Here you can mention your location address. Here you can mention all the store email ID, phone number. If you have the social icon, you can also mention it here like this. And here we can add the WhatsApp or the call button. And at last we have the copyright section. Okay, so let's go to the top of the website. You can also add here scroll to top button. so I have not added here. So I will show you how you can add the scroll to top button when we make this project from start to end. Okay, so let's go below and I will show you that if I click on this menu, it will go to the about section, services, pricing and contact. So we can also add this here. So right now I don't have mentioned here, so I will show you in this video how we can add this also. This is very simple. Only we have to just click on this about services, and here you can see that we have the CSS ID. So we have to paste this CSS ID in our section. Okay, so I will show you in this video that how we can add this also. Okay, so let me show you the phone part of this video, that this website is totally responsive for all the screens also. Okay, so let's go to the mobile part of the video. So here you can see that we are on the mobile part of the website, and you can see that this website is totally responsive for the mobile also. So if I refresh it here, you can see that we can have the sequence animation in the mobile screen also, like this. So let's go below and let's see all the section one by one. So here you can see that all these sections. So here we have this type of layout, and this is also working. Here we can click on these dots and we can click on these arrows to move the slide from left to right. Okay, so let's go below. Here we have the barber services section. So you can see that all the services are coming in a beautiful manner, and all these animations are fully working here. Here we have all of this pricing section where we have this type of layout in the mobile screen, and this website changes its layout according to the screen size. So suppose if you have the 14-inch laptop, if you are using some different sizes, so this website is automatically become responsive for all the screens. So here we are using the CSS flexbox. So this is the flexbox property. Okay, so let's go below. Here you can see that we have the barber story section where you can have this slider in this manner, and this is also auto slide also, and you can also slide by using the mouse cursor. Okay, and this is also fully responsive in the mobile screen. So let's go below. Here you can see that we have this footer, and this is also fully responsive. Okay, so let me show you the mobile menu. If I click on this toggle button, we have this mobile menu, and we can add here a CSS ID, so we can move to the respective section of the website. Okay, so I will give you all of these images in the video description for free, so you can follow along with me. All the images are free, so you can have all the images from the video description. Also you can buy this template kit from the video description at very affordable rates. Okay, so without wasting any time, let's start the video and we're gonna build this whole website from start. Okay, so let's upload all the images. So we're gonna upload all of these images, and I will give you all of these images in the video description, so you can follow along with me. Let me find that folder. Okay, so here I have all of these images. So let me find. Okay, so let's do one thing. Let me upload all of these images and I will get back to the video again. You can see that we have uploaded all these images. So let's go here and we're gonna click on this edit page. So after that we have to click on this edit with Elementor. So let's click on this edit with Elementor, and for using the Elementor new version, we have the CSS flexbox and the grids. So now Elementor totally use the CSS properties. If you know the CSS language, using the Elementor is very helpful. If you want to master full Elementor, you have to learn the CSS language. So I should prefer first learn that CSS and then use Elementor. You will have all of the power. So here we have this type of layout. So for making this, what we have to do, we have to just add a new flexbox container. So let me add a new flexbox container here, and here you can see that we have the structure. So always use the structure. So let's name this hero, and after that here we have to enter the max full width. So we're gonna keep the 1400 max width. Okay, then we have to go to the advanced and we have to remove all of these paddings, the unnecessary paddings. Then go to the layout, and here you will find the minimum height property. So let's keep the minimum height of 700 pixel. Also, okay, so after that we have to use this image. So let's go to this main container, and here you have to go to the background type. Let's go to the media library, and here we have to use this image. Okay, all of these images are in the video description. You can have all of these images from there. Okay, so let me remove all of this padding because we have given the height here, so we don't require the padding. Now let's go to the style, and here we have to go to the position, make it center and center. Here we have the display size, make it to cover, and all of these things are okay. Now we can go to this and we can add a new title here. Okay, so now we have a text editor below it. Let's drag and drop this also. Now we have to drag and drop a button widget. Okay, Now we have to go to the hero, go to the layout, and here you will find this flex direction. Make it column, make it center, and make it end. Okay, so now we are required to add the padding here. If here you can also preview it, so you can see that we are having in the corners. So let me replace all of this content from here. So it is saying Manhattan Barber Shop. So you can write your shop here. Okay, so this is a dummy website for, so you can, so let's use the Monstera font. Okay, so you can use any font. I'm using this font, so let's make this uppercase, and here we're gonna increase the border font weight. Let's make this 800 extra bold. Increase the size of this. Let's make it 100 pixel. Let's try 80. Let's try 70 pixels. 70 pixel is looking good. So now you can see that here we have the line break. Right now we don't have the line break. So for adding the line break, you can also add a BR tag here. So what I prefer, you can add the BR tag, and also you can have a custom width. But right now we are using the BR tag. Okay, and BR is an HTML tag. Okay, so here we can have the 80 pixel font size. Okay, so now it's looking good. And for the para also, we can use the Monstera font. Okay, so let's me adjust its let's make this 15 pixel, and also we can make this to white. Okay, and this also should be in the right direction. Okay, now you can see that we have the line break here. Okay, so again we have to add okay, so here we have to use the custom width. Let's click on this text editor, go to the width option, and here you can choose the custom width. You can just drag and drop here, and you can have this. Okay, now you can see that we have this button. So we have to click on this button, and here we have the text. Let's rename book and appointment. Okay, now we require this color. Okay, so let me go to the color picker tool. I am using a Google Chrome extension, so you can have this color code. Just pause the video and copy this color code. So let me paste this color code B88269. You can pause the video and have this color code. So let's save this also. So we're gonna save this color to theme 1. Okay, and let's use this color code below, and we're gonna make the text color to white. Okay, so right now we also wanna make this Monstera font. Okay, let's make this 600 pixel. Let's add some padding from the bottom. This would be 20 pixel. Okay, so let's have the padding of 40 pixel, and 40 pixel from the right, 40 pixel from the left, and 20 pixel from the top and bottom. Okay, this padding we're gonna use. So right now we are using the different font there. So let me have this font. Okay, so let's publish this, and also you can preview this from here. Here we have this option, so we can view the page here. So after viewing the page, you can see that this section is almost ready. Okay, so we have successfully built our home page, the hero section. So here you can see that we don't have any border radius, but here we are getting the border radius. For removing the border radius, click on this button. Here you can make it 0. Okay, let's publish. Now let's refresh it here, and after refreshing, you can see that the border radius is gone. Right now you can see that we also have this hover effect on this button. So for adding this hover effect, we can again click on this button. Here you can see that for the background type, we can use the white color, and here we can have the theme color also. And here you can have so much hover animation. We're gonna choose the shrink option. You can go and check out here. There are so many animations there. So let's publish the final time. Okay, so we have successfully built our hero section, I think. So let me refresh this, and here you can see that we have successfully built our hero section. Also this animation is working. Okay, so now let's move to the next section where we're gonna build this type of layout. So for making this section, let's first add a body color. Here we are using the black shade. So let me go to the color picker tool, and here I think I have this black color. So let me copy this color code from here, and for adding the black color, we have to go to the settings option. Here you will find the styles. Here you will find the background type, and here we're gonna add this color. Okay, now we have this color code. Now let's publish. Let's also save this color code here. Okay, so we're gonna choose this BG black. You can pause the video and have this color code. So let me show here 12171D. Okay, now let's publish. Now we're gonna make this section. So this is a very beginner friendly project. If you are new to the WordPress and the Elementor, you can have this project in your portfolio. for practicing. Okay, so now let's name this about. Okay, and here we can have this 1300 max width again, and let's use 1400 max width. I think we are using 1400 here. So let's add 80 pixel to the top and 80 pixel to the bottom padding. Okay, so now let's add a heading widget here, and here we can copy this heading, welcome to the best barber shop in Manhattan. Okay, so let's upload, and here we're gonna use the monster red font from here. Okay, so we have mistakenly added the Montana font Montserrat. Here we're gonna make this 700 bold. Let's increase the font size. Okay, let's keep this much. And here we can see that we have this. You can also make this in the center. I prefer to make it in the center, but if you like, you can have this in the left direction. So let's follow the designs exact same. Okay, so now we have to add this image. For adding the image, we can add a container. So note, this is not a regular container, this is a flexbox container. So now the Elementor become more useful and powerful after getting the CSS properties. So we can make any type of layout now, any type of custom layout by using the CSS grids and flexbox. Now let's find this image. So here we have to we already have this image here. Okay, so let's use some different image. So let me, okay, I think I have to upload this image. You can also go to the unsplash.com where you will find all of the images. Okay, so let me find this image and let's upload here. Okay, so I think I don't have the images here. So let me do one thing. Let's go. Okay, so we have this image here. I find this image. Okay, so I will give you all of these images in the video description, so you don't have to go to the Unsplash and find some images when you are making this project. So I will give you all the images in the video description, so you can follow along with me. Okay, so let's wait for it to upload. Let's try this image, and let's duplicate this here. Let's go to the parent container of this both image. Here we have the row space between, and let's make this in the center. Okay, let's use different image for this, like this. Okay, so we have this in both these images here. Okay, so this is almost ready. Now we have to add this layout. Okay, so for adding this section, what we can do, we can again just add a new container below this. Okay, let's add the new container, and for this container we have to remove all of these paddings, and here you can see that this box is little bit smaller than this. So here we have to add the two containers inside this. Okay, now let's duplicate this. Let's go to the parent container layout, and here we're gonna have this space between, like this. Okay, now we can go to the first box, and in the layout section here we can have the 40%, and for the second container we can add 60%. Okay, now let's go to this. Here again we have to use a color picker tool because I want this color. So let me choose this, and I'm gonna try to copy this color. So we are not getting this color, so let's do one thing. Let's go to the inspect, and we're gonna inspect this color code from the inspect. Okay, so the color which we have here. Okay, so finding this color is little bit tough. So what we're gonna do, let's open this with Elementor, and we're gonna copy the color code by going inside, because the color picker tool is not working in this website. Okay, so let's wait for it to open, and we can directly copy the colors from our old website. So we're gonna go to this container. Let's go to the styles, and here if I go to this container. Okay, so here the color code is #313131. So let me go to this, and here we gonna use this color code. Also we can add some padding here, so let's add the padding of 40 pixel, and here we're gonna save this color code. Okay, so bg2, and let's create. Now we have to add an image here because we have this logo inside this. So let me close this now. Okay, now let's go here, and here we have to find this logo, and this logo is here. Now we can go to the advanced, we can have this custom width. Let's try to adjust it. So let's keep 35%. We can go to this main container, go to layout. Here we're gonna make everything in the center by using the flexbox property. Okay, so the power of CSS flexbox is very helpful when we make layouts, the custom layouts, and we are making this whole website by ourselves. We are not importing the pre-made template like other YouTubers who make website like importing the pre-made layouts. We are making everything from start. Okay, so let's add a title here. Here we're gonna copy this color, means let's paste this, and here let's duplicate this again, and here we have this working hour. So let me go here and working hour, and here we're gonna add a divider. So let's add a divider here below. Okay, so right now you can see that the divider is 100% width. So let me go to this, and here we can add this theme color, and if I go here you can see that okay, so let's go to the divider again. Let's add some weight to it, give the 4. Okay, let's try 3, and 3 is looking good. Okay, now if I see, I think we have to make this make it a little bit smaller bit. So let's make this 13. Okay, then after that you can see that we have to make this make this. Okay, we have to make this theme color, and let's have this monster at font here again. Okay, so 20 pixel, and for the working we can make this completely white, and here we also have the Montserrat font. Let's increase the font size of this. Okay, let's make this 700 bold. Okay, so now you can see that we have this. So now we're gonna use the icon list widget. So let me search for it, and here we're gonna drag and drop this icon. Okay, so now you can see that we have the timing here. So let me add this and go here, and here we can add this. Now we can go to this icon, and here we can search for the clock widget like this. Okay, now let's remove all of this next, and here we're gonna duplicate this. Now you can see that here if I go to this and make this completely white. Okay, and for the icon we're gonna make this theme one, and let's increase a little bit font size of this. Okay, and here in the text we can have the Montserrat font again. We can make this 500 pixel. Let's decrease some font size. Okay guys, let's go to the style, and here we have some space between 10. Now you can see that here our Monday to Thursday is little bit bolder than this. So here we're gonna use the CSS property. Okay, so here we're gonna add a HTML span tag, and we can add some custom CSS to this. Add a span tag, and here open the style tag, and here add font weight bold. Just save this. So right now you can see that we are getting this bold. So you have to just have this, make this same to the below, or you can duplicate this like this. Okay, so we have added this. Now we can add this text here. Let's drag and drop a theme editor, and by going here we can make this white here. Okay, like this, and we can go to the style, make this italic, and we can have some more font weight. Okay, then we can go to the code, here we can remove the space. Okay, like this. You can add some star at the beginning of this and add the star at the end, so it represents that it is an important text. So now you can see that we have some space from the top and bottom, but here we don't have this much space. So what we can do, we can just go here, go to this, and here we can add some top margin of 30 pixel. Okay, let's publish and let's refresh it here. And after refreshing, if I go below, you can see that we have successfully built our about us section also, like this. But right now you can see that here we have the proper space, here we have some spacing issue. So for this, what we can do, we can just go to this, and here we can have this gap option, so we can keep the gap of 50 pixel, like this. So here you can see that we have this gap. Now we can go to this in container, and here we can have this. Okay, now we can go to this second, and here we can, okay, here we can have some flex box properties. Let's make this 30, so it will have some spacing. Okay, so let's publish, and here we're gonna refresh this, and after refreshing you can see that this section is also ready. Now let's move to the next section where we're gonna build this welcome to the board and this slider gallery section. Okay, so let's move to the next section where we're gonna build this section. So for making this section, what we're gonna do, here we have to use the two section flex box. So let's go here, and here we're gonna add the two section layout, and here let's rename this let's name this welcome to the board. Let's name this board. Always name your sections, so they are very useful when you have bigger website, so it will be easy to find which section is which. Here we can only add the bottom padding because we already have this padding at the top. Okay, then we can remove all of this extra padding. Okay, now you can see that we have the image here in the right direction, so let's add an image. Let's drag and drop again, sometimes it don't work. Now we can choose that image here, so let me find this image. This is the image. Okay, now we have to add this. So here you can see that we have a color different in the background. So for adding the color, we can choose the main container. Here we can go to the bg2. Okay, now we can add some it to the top, put it to the bottom. Okay, let's keep this 60 to the top and 60 to the bottom. Now what we can do, we can just add a heading here. Okay, let's duplicate this heading, and we're gonna copy this divider from here. Okay, so this is the power of the Elementor, that you can copy and paste any section from anywhere. Even you can copy and paste to different website at different server, so you can copy that different website section to your main website section by using the Elementor. Okay, so how powerful the Elementor is, you don't have to make the same layout again and again on different website. You can just save it as a global and you can use it anywhere. Okay, now we have to make this. So you can also copy the styles from here, and you can go here and just paste it, so you will have the style section. So here we have to make this, and here let's increase little bit font size, so let's give this 35. Okay, and here we are saying the welcome to the board, so let me copy this, and here I'm gonna add. Okay, here we're gonna use the Montserrat font. Let's make this uppercase. Okay, here we're gonna also make this white. Okay, so now we're gonna add a text editor here, and let's copy this description from here. We go to the code, and here we're gonna paste this. Now we're gonna change the color of this. Okay, like this. Here we have the read more button. Here we have the read more button, and here we can add this. and here it's saying the read more, so we can rename this. And let's go to the board main box container, and here we can have this center. Okay, and here in this container first one we can go to this, and here we can have a 30 pixel. We can click on this button, go to style, and here we can also have 30. Okay, let's publish. And we have built this also. Now let's wait for it. Okay, so let's refresh it here, and after refreshing, if I go below, you can see that we have this section also ready. Now let's move to the next section where we're gonna build this gallery. Okay, so for making the gallery widget, what we can do, we can add a container here. Okay, also, and here we can name this gallery, and now here we're gonna make this full width. Okay, now inside this we can use first let's remove all of these paddings, and let's use a carousel. We can use this carousel from here. Okay, let's make this one slide. How many slide we want to slide? In the settings, let's decrease the timing to the 3, and we don't want pause on interaction. Okay, and we can only use the navigation of, we want to use both the navigation. Let's use both. Here we're gonna remove all of these paddings, and okay, so here we have everything ready. Now let's go inside, and here we have to remove the slides. Okay, so now let's me upload image here, and this image is this. Okay, and here you will make this full, and here we have this full width. Okay, and here you can see that we have this slide, and here we can make this full width like this, and also we have removed all of these paddings from here. Okay, now let's do one thing. Let's go to the carousel here, and here we're gonna duplicate this. Okay, now you can see that we have these arrows, and we have, for these arrows we can go to the navigation, and here we can increase the size of this. Okay, let's keep the 60, and here we can have the theme one. Okay, now let's go below to the pagination. Here we already have the pagination too. Okay, so let me show you the pagination. Here we are using the dots. Okay, so for the styles, we can go to the pagination. Here we can have the 20. Let's change the color of this, and let's decrease this. Okay, then we can use the custom position, and for the vertical offset we can add the negative value. Okay, and here we can have this 15 like this. So now you just want to replace all of these images. So right now we have this same image everywhere, so we can click on this. Let me choose any different image right now. If I go below, here you can see that we have this guy image. So let me find that guy. Here we have this image. Now let's publish, and I will show that how our slider is working. Okay, so let's wait for it to update. Let's go to the urban cuts. Let's refresh here, and after refreshing, let's wait for it to open. And here you can see that if I go below, we have this slider here, and also we can use the dots. In the upper section which we have made, there is one issue, we don't have the spacing here, so let's fix that. Let's go to this container main, and here you will see we have this, but here in the gaps we don't have put in any gap. So let's put the 50. So let's push the 50, or we can have this 60 also. Okay, let's publish now. Now if I go and if I refresh it here, okay, so let's go here and refresh our front end, and after refreshing our front end, Now you can see that we have this here, and also we have this gallery widget which is fully working. Okay, so now let's move to the next section where we're gonna build the barber services section. For making the barber services section, what we can do, okay, so this gonna be a little small website because this is the beginner friendly tutorial. Okay, so let me go here. Here we're gonna have the 1400 pixel. Here we're gonna remove this padding. Let's add 60 to the top, 60 to the bottom. Okay, here you can see that we have the barber services. So right now we don't want to add this again and again. Now we're gonna copy this from here, and here we're gonna paste it. Also let's copy this subheading. If you are using any subheading in one section, always use that in all sections, because if you use in only one section, if you don't use in another section, then your website will look inconsistent. Okay, always maintain the consistency, whether it's the button size or whatever. Okay, now we have to copy this from here, and here we're gonna paste it, and let's use a little bit lighter version of the lorem ipsum from here. Now we're gonna make this everything in the center. Let's use CSS flexbox property for that. Okay, so we already make this in the center. Okay, so now let's add this. So for adding this, what we can do, we can add a new container here below. Okay, now what we can do, we can add to container here again. Okay, so let's use the navigator. Let's duplicate this, and here we can add the space between center. Okay, so now what we can do, we can just add an image, and here we are using this image, this shaving one image. So here you can see that we have this image. Let's use this. Okay, now you can see that we have this grids here. So for adding this grid, we can go to this, and here we can search for the grid. I drag and drop this again. Here you can see that we have the 2x2 grid, but here we are getting 3x2. Let's make this 2x2. Also we have to remove all of these paddings from here. Okay, let's add a container. Okay, now let's remove all of these paddings. Now we want to have a style here. Okay, and here we can have the 40, and here we can add the image. Okay, you can play with this image size here. Let's keep it 40. Let's keep it 35 pixel. Now we have a small heading here, so we're gonna use this heading, and we're gonna make this size small. So it's saying haircut, so we're gonna go to this, and here we're gonna write haircut. Right now you can see that we have little bit fonts bigger, so we can go here and we can make this smaller. Let's keep this 20. Now we can go to this container, and we have to make everything in the center. Now we're gonna use the CSS flexbox property. So you can see that our image is very much smaller, so let's keep this to 60, 70. Okay, and haircut size, font size should be little bit bigger, 22. Okay, now let's duplicate this. So we are using the Elementor grids, so they are also very useful for making any layout. Okay, so here you can see that we have this. Now we can go to this main container. Okay, and here we can add the 50. Okay, and here we can have 40, and for the second one we can have 60. Okay, and here in this container we can have here 30. Okay, now you have to just replace all of this content from here one by one. Right here you can see that we have the shaving, so let me click on this, and I'm gonna use the shaving image. So all of these images are in the video descriptions, you can follow along with me. Okay, so here let's me write this shaving. Okay, so in this way you can replace all of this content. Let's publish, and after publishing, let's see it is ready or not. So let's refresh it here, and after refreshing, if I go below, you can see that we have our barber shop services ready. Okay, so now let's move to the next section where we're gonna make this pricing section. This section will take little bit time, so let's build this now. Okay, so let's move to the next section where we're gonna build the pricing section. So for making this section, you can see that we have this type of layout, and this layout is almost similar to the top. So let's do one thing. Let's duplicate this here, and after duplicating, you can see that we have this, and here we can name this pricing, and here we're gonna write barber shop pricing, or we can write here our pricing also. Okay, and rest let's keep all the same. Here if you want, you can have some different sub-heading here. Okay, so right, we are having this layout now, so let's me remove this container sections. Okay, so now we have to use this. So now let's add a container here, and let's drag and drop this container. Now in the advanced tab we have this second container. Now let's duplicate this first container, and we're gonna have this in the center. Okay, now you can see that we have this layout. So now for making this, we're gonna use the grids. Okay, we can use the grid here. So let me remove this two container from here. Okay, so we're gonna use the grid here. So let's use the grids, CSS grids. Let's drag and drop these grids, and here we have 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. So 2 by 8, we're gonna make this 2 by okay, so I think here we have 1 2 3 4. Okay, so we have to make this 2 by 4. Let's go to the advanced, remove all of these paddings, and here we have to add a container here. So let's add a container. Okay, let me remove all of these paddings. Let's add the container again. Let's remove all of these paddings. Now what we can do, we have this one main container, we have one inner container. Let's duplicate this. Now let's move to the parent container. In the layout, we can have this space between and center. Okay, now let's name this container so we don't get confused. So we have this main, and this is the first, and this is the second. Okay, now you can see that we have this. So now let's go here, and here we're gonna have this to 80%, and for the second box we're gonna make this to 20%. Okay, so now let's go to the main, and here we have to remove all of these gaps from here. Okay, perfect. Now we have to add this heading here, so let me copy this heading, and we're gonna paste this heading here. Okay, again we can copy this text editor and we can paste it below like this. Let's make this left line. Okay, now we can have this heading here, and we're gonna make this 20, make this 25. Okay, and here we have the 22, and here we have the name of this, the royal shave. So let me name this royal shave, and here let's me copy this description, small description. Okay, so I'm just putting one content, and I'm then gonna duplicate this, and for this we're gonna use this copy, and we're gonna paste it here. Okay, here it's saying $35 plus something like this, and we're gonna just have this color. Let's increase the font size of this. Let's make this 45. Okay, now you can see that we have a line here. So this line is coming from this main. We have to click on this main container, go to the border, and here we have the border solid, and in the bottom we have to make this like this. So now what we can do, we can go to the main. Here we have this let's make this little bit more bigger. So now you can see that we have this. Let's put some padding here. Right, so here you can see that we have very much padding. So let's go to the main, and here we have to add some padding to the bottom. Let's add 30. We can also have padding in all direction, I think. Let's see. Okay, so here if I check, okay, so we only have the padding in the bottom because these lines are coming at there also. So let's remove all of this padding from top live. Okay, like this. Okay, so now what we have to do, we have to just let me check this once, and this is looking perfect. Now what we have to do, we have to just duplicate this. So let's duplicate this one by one. Okay, and let's duplicate this again here, and in this way you can just duplicate all of this. And if I preview this, let 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, so in this way you can duplicate. Let's go to the grid, and here we have to duplicate 2 more times. So let's duplicate this and duplicate. Now we can go to the grid, and here in the layout we can have a little bit spacing here. Let's add 50. Okay, like this. Now let's go to the preview, and here you can see that we have successfully made this layout also. Now we have to add some padding to the top only, and also you have to just replace all of this content according to your store. Or so let's add 30 pixel margin at the top. Now let's see if this change, and now let's go to the front end and let's refresh it here. And after refreshing, if I go below, you can see that we have this pricing section also already. Now let's move to the next section where we're gonna build this CTA section, and then we're gonna build the stories section. So we are making this banner section, CTA section. So right now here you can see that we have this type of layout. So for this, what we can do, we can just have this 1400 max width, and this also we can name this CTA. Okay, and here we can remove all of these paddings from here. Let's go below, and here also we can remove all of these paddings, and in this also we can remove all of these paddings. Let's remove. Okay, now let's go to styles, and here we have to find that image. Okay, so let me find that image. So this is the image we have to use, so let's have this. Okay, then after that you can see that we have this. Now let's have a little bit minimum height here, like this. And let's do one thing, let's go here, and here we can make this center and center, and display size would be cover, like this. Okay, now you can see that we have to make the container height to 600. Okay, and here also, and here also if I go, you can see that we have it. So let's drag and drop this container here, and we can duplicate this. Okay, and here we can have this space between center. Okay, now you can see that we have 15% off. So let me copy this, and here we can paste this, and this will say 15% off. So let me have this in the center. And let's increase the font size to 100 pixel. Okay, so now let's put some background overlay. So we have some visibility here. Let's go to styles, and in the background overlay we can add a black color, and let's play with opacity. Okay, this is looking good. Okay, so now here we have this. So let me copy this, and now let's paste this here. And here we have to add this. Okay, and here we have this to uppercase. Let's make this 28. And now we have to copy this button. So let me copy this button from here. Okay, so this is the power of the Elementor, that you can copy it and paste any section from anywhere. Let's go to this section which contains that heading and button like this. Okay, now you can see that we have this type of button here and this is different. Now let's do one thing. Let's make this transparent and let's add a border here, solid, and this will be this, like this. Also this is looking good. Now we have to just replace this content, means the text size. Okay, now let's publish, and you can see that this is almost similar. Now if I go to the main website and let's refresh it on the front end, and after refreshing, if I go below, you can see that we have this fully working. Okay, so now let's move to the next section where we're gonna build this barber storage. Okay, so now making this section, what we can do, we can just add a container, and here we're gonna name this stories, and this would say 1400 max width. Okay, and here we can add 80 to the top, 80 to the bottom, or we are using I think 60 pixel, so let's add that 60. Okay, now you can see that we have this layout again. Now let's now we have to again copy this and paste it here. Okay, so this is copying the whole section, but we don't want to copy. Let's do one thing. Let's again make this. I think there is some mistake. So here we're gonna have this, and here we're gonna write stories. Okay, and let's make this 1400 max width, and here we're gonna remove this padding, and let's add 60 to the top, 60 to the bottom. Okay, now let me copy this, and we're gonna come here and paste this. Okay, so I think there is some network issue, that's why it is lagging a little bit. Now let's duplicate this here. Okay, now let's go to this, and here we're gonna make this properly in the center. Okay, now let's go to the top, and we're gonna copy this heading now. I think we have to make this size a little bit bigger. So when you make this, have this little bit bigger size. Okay, like this. Now we can add now let's copy this also. Okay, like this. Now you can see that this is a slider. Okay, so for making this we're gonna use the carousel widget again. Okay, so by using this you can make any thing slide. So we have to make this 3, and we have to slide how many columns? You have to slide 2 columns at one time. Okay, now here we have to make this 3. We don't want the pause on hover and pause on interaction. If you want to keep, you can keep that also. Okay, now we have this navigations. We don't want the navigation, we only want the pagination, and this here we keep the dots. Okay, now let's do one thing. Now let's go to the slide 1, make this full width, and here we're gonna remove all of these paddings. Okay, now you can see that we have one image at the top. So let's add a container here. Okay, and here we're gonna make this full width. And and inside this is empty. Now let's do one thing. Let's add an image here, and let's add a container. Okay, so now we have inside this So this is the slides, and here we can remove all of these paddings is already removed, and here we have this. So let me keep the padding of 20 pixel here, and if I go to the slide section, go to layout, and here we're gonna make the in the center, and we're gonna remove this padding. Okay, so this would be top, and now we have to go to this container, go to styles, and here we have to just make this. Okay, now what we have to do, we have to just copy this from here and paste it here, and we can just copy this. Okay, paste this, and here we gonna have this to 25, or let's keep the 20. Okay, and here we have the EM value of 1.2. Okay, and now we have to add a btn here, and this button will say read more. Okay, read more, and here we have to make this black color, and this would be white. Okay, and this the padding would be okay. Padding is perfect, just we have to replace the font serif font, and here we gonna increase and decrease the size of this like this. Okay, now let's go to the image, and here we can find that image. So let's choose this image. Okay, so we have this image. Okay, so you can see that this is working, and also we have this type of hover effect. So we can go here, and in the hover we want to make this white, and here we want to make this golden like this also, and here we have this hover effect of bob like this. Okay, perfect. Now what we have to do, we have to just duplicate this slide. So let's go to the carousel, and we can go to the content, and here we gonna remove the rest. And now let's duplicate this. Let's make this 5 slides at least, and here you can see that we don't have any gaps. So let's go to the styles, and here we can put the gap of 30 like this. Perfect. Now we can go to the pagination, and here we gonna have the pagination size to 15, and let's make this white color, and for the hover we're gonna have this golden color. Okay, we can also decrease the pagination size. Let's keep this 11, and we can have some spacing. Perfect. Now we can publish this. Okay, so you can see that how fast we have built the whole website by using the power of the Elementor. Okay, and if you're gonna make this website by using the pure coding, you can make this website same, but it will take so much time. Okay, so that's why we use this. I will also start uploading React.js and their videos also. Okay, so if I go and refresh it here, you can see that our this section is ready, and also we can slide it from left to right. Only you have to just replace all of this content. Okay, so we have successfully built our stories section also. Okay, so let's move to the final part of the video where we're gonna build the header and footer now. So let's start, and we're gonna build the footer first. So let's go to the templates. From here we have to go to the theme builder. So let's open this in a new tab. Okay, then after that what we have to do, we have to just go to the footer part, and here we have to make this layout. Okay, so you can see that for making this layout, I'm going to show you how you can copy some sections which are already on the home page to the footer. So we are on the different tabs, and I'm going to show you that we can copy different section from the different part of the pages in the Elementor. Even you can copy from different websites which are built on Elementor. Okay, so how fast the Elementor is expanding its features. Okay, so let's make this footer, and here we're gonna make it 1400. Here we're gonna remove all of these paddings, and here we have the 80 pixel to the top, 80 pixel to the bottom. Let's decrease this like 60, and here we have to decrease the 60. Okay, let me go to the styles, and here we gonna go to color, and here we gonna make this black. Okay, let's go below, and here we have to remove all of this padding from these containers. Let's duplicate this here. Okay, and here you can see that we have this logo. So let me first go to the footer, and here we have to drag and drop a image, and here we have to find the image. Okay, and here we can make this in the center. Okay, this in the center. Now we can go, and here we can just copy this. Okay, so we are copying the home page to the footer like this. And you can also let's replace this. Let's replace this here. Okay, and here you can see that we have this section where that section which we have already made here at the top, so we can use that. We can just simply copy this from here, and we can go and paste it here like this. Okay, this is done. Now you can see that we have to make this location and all. So for the location, what we're gonna do, we're gonna use this heading from here. Okay, so if you have built any section, you have to just copy and paste that. Okay, so let's make this also in the center. Let's go to the layout by choosing this container like this, and here we can add location. Okay, and here you can see that we have to again copy this, paste it below, and this is the dummy address of USA. You can put here your shop or store address. Okay, now you can see that we have this email ID and this. So for that also we're gonna copy this, and we're gonna paste it here. Or for this you can use a list item, so let's use the li for this. Okay, and here we're gonna remove this, and here we can add this. Okay, and in the below we can add a random number. Here you can put your store number. Okay, now make everything in the center, and then for the text we're gonna make this theme 1, and here we're gonna use the monster standard fonts again. Let's increase the size of this from all, because this should be clear to the customer. Okay, like this, visible. Now we can add the social icon, so let's go here, and here we can search for the social icon. Okay, now you can see that for the social icon, here we have this rounded corners. Let's go to this, and here we're gonna choose the custom color, and here we're gonna add the, here we're gonna make this white, and this would be blank. Okay, let's increase the size here. Okay, so size is increased. We can remove all of these paddings. Let's keep the spacing. Okay, then here we can have this. Now we can also duplicate this, and here we can choose different Instagram logo like this. Okay, and here we can have 30 pixel. Here also we can have some spacing, 30 pixel like this. So let me publish this once, and let's make this in the entire site. So let's see our footer is loaded or not in the front end. So let's go here, and here we're gonna refresh. And after refreshing, if I go below, you can see that our footer is started loading here. Our logo, all of these are coming. Now we have to make this. So now let's go here, and from here we can upload this image. Okay, now we can choose the WhatsApp icon from here. I think I have this also. Okay, so you will find all of these images in the video description, and you can follow along with me step by step, so you can learn how to make this type of awesome website. Okay, so here we can use this width property to make it smaller and bigger, and here you can see that again we can copy and paste. Okay, always prefer to copy and paste, because this will make your website development fast. Okay, like this, and here let's increase the size here again, and here we can increase and copy this. Here we have the button, and here you can see that we have put a random number. So let's put any random number, or let's keep here book and appointment only. You can replace this with your number. Okay, here let's may have this little bit more, less padding, 15 and 15, and this width say 30. Okay, like this, and here we have the typography to display with the fonts. 30. Okay, like this. Now let's publish. Now if I go to the front end and let's refresh, so you can see that we have successfully built our footer. Only one thing is left, that we don't added the copyright. So for adding that copyright, and also we have this line. So for adding the copyright, what we can do, we can just add a new container here, and this container will have the full width. Okay, you can also name this here footer 2, or you can write here copyright. Okay, like this, and let's remove this. Go here, style, and here we also have to use the same color. Okay, now let's copy this list. Okay, and here we can have this copyright. Here we have this copyright, and here we can write here copyright 2025 urban cuts, or write reserved. Okay, in this way, and you can go to the footer too, and you can go to this and make in the center. Okay, let's keep this 10, 20, and for the icon we can use this color. Let's increase the icon size, and for the text we can also use this theme color, and let's make this Montserrat's font. Okay, so I think for the text we're gonna make this white, and let's have the 500 like this. And here we can go to this, here in the border we can add some solid, and here we can put some theme 1. Okay, now let's publish. And after publishing, if I go to the front end and if I refresh it there, you can see that we have successfully built this copyright section also, and our footer is also ready. Okay, so in this way you can make the header footer also. Only our header is left, so let's start making our header, and at last I'm going to show you how we can add the animations and do the mobile part. So now let's move to the final part of the video, where we're gonna build the header. Okay, so you can see that we have built the whole website, only our header is left. So right now we have the very simple header. So you can see that this is the header. So for making the header, what we have to do, we have to again go to the theme builder. From here, let's go to the theme builder, open this in a new tab. Okay, so let me close this footer, and we have to open this here. So let's go to the header, and here we have to add a new header. Okay, so for making the header, first we have to go to the appearance. So let's go to the appearance, and let's go to the menus. Okay, let me decrease the little brightness. Okay, so let's make some menus here. So for the menus we have home, about, services, pricing, and contact, and also I will show you how you can link these menus. So right now we have to choose the header here, and let's create menu. So let's save this menu, and after saving the menu we have to just add here pages. So this is the home page. Okay, then after that we can go to the custom links, and from here we can add, like we have here about, and here we also have about. Okay, and here we have services, pricing, and here we have services. Also here we have pricing, and at last we have the contact. So we can go here, and here we can search for contact. Okay, now we can click on this and we can save the menu. Now we can go to this part, and here we can add a new container. So let's add a new container here like this, and we can also rename this container here. We can write this here header. Okay, let me go to this option, and here we're gonna make this black color. So let's make this black color. Okay, and also here we can have 1400 max width, and for the advanced we can remove this padding and all. Okay, now let's drag and drop an image here, and here you can see that we have this one image. So let me go here and let's find that image. So I will give you all of these images in the video description, so you can follow along with me. Also let's put some padding also from the top and bottom. So let's put 10 from the top and 10 from the bottom. Also we can have here custom width, and here we can have the 10%. Okay, and here we can go to this, and here we can drag and drop this WordPress menu, and here we can go to the layout, and we can have space between and make this in the center. Now we can go to this, and here you can see that we have to choose the background, and this would be swipe up. You can choose so many animations are there. Also make this full width and make this in the center. This is for the mobile. Now we can go to the styles, and here you will find this. So let me change this Montserrat font, and we can make this uppercase. Okay, let's increase the font size, and here we can have this to 700 pixel bold. Let's first make this white. Let's decrease the padding here a little bit. Okay, let's keep this 30. Okay, and here we can have the color to this, and for this also we can have this and color to this. Okay, if you see, we have this layout. Now we can have some space between to this. We have to keep this 20, and let's copy this button from here. Now after that we can copy this here, and we can go to this. We can click on this, so we can paste it here. So now let's go to this, and here we have to make this 15, 12, 13, 14. Okay, and here we can go to this, and here we can have 15, and this would be 15 like this, and this would be 30, this would be 30. Okay, and here we can have this 13. So you can see that when I see let's make this sticky. If you want, you can make this sticky also. So let's go to the header, and here in the motion effect we can have this sticky option. Let's make this sticky at the top, and let's publish, and this condition will work for the entire site. Let's save and close. Okay, now we can go to the urban cuts, and let's me refresh this. This is our main. Okay, so you can see that this is working and also fully working now. Okay, so in this way you can see that we have successfully built our whole website. If you want, you can add a little bit of padding here. We can add 20, and here we can also add 20. Okay, like this. Let's publish. Now if I go to this, and if I refresh it here, you can see that we have our padding here fully working. Now I will show you how you can link to this. So right now you can see that we have the CSS ID about, but it is not working. So what we have to do, suppose we want to link this, let's make this about page, about section. So here you will find a CSS ID, just you have to write it here about. Okay, then again you can see that we have services one also. So for the services we have this, so we can click on this, go to advanced, and here you can see that CSS ID. Make this services. Okay, so in this way you can put all the CSS ID which you put in the menu, and when you click there it will take you to the respective section. Like here, if I refresh, and if I click on this about, it will take me to the about. Similar for the services, and similar if you will add all of this. Okay, so this is done. Now let me show you how you can do the mobile responsiveness and animations now. Okay, so now for adding the animations, let me do one thing. Let me delete the cancel this, and let's open this in a new tab. So it will load all of this full. Okay, so it will load all this again. So let's me load this, and let's remove this header also. Okay, so here you can see that the animations what we have. So you can see that we have the sequence animation, like this first will come, then this, then this. Okay, so I will show you how to add the sequence animation in only one section, and rest steps are almost same. You have to just add the delay time. Okay, so let's wait for it to open. You can see that we now after that I will show you how you can do the mobile responsiveness part also. So just don't skip the video, you will learn so much thing from this one video. For adding the animation, what you can do, you can suppose I want to add the animation in this. So you can add animations in every part, like the containers, like the heading and the para. Just you have to click on that like this, and after that you will see there is an option for the motion effect. If you go there, you will find this entrance animation. Suppose I want to put the zoom in effect. Okay, so there are so much animation, and here we have to put some delay time, so it will come after 200 milliseconds. Then let's go to the text editor. Here if I go to the advanced, and here you will find the motion effect. Here also let me add the different animation. So let's add the slide up animation, and this will come after 400 milliseconds. So first 200 milliseconds is for this, then it will take again 200 to come this. Okay, now let's click on this appointment button, and here in the motion effect we have to do this part, and here also we can put the zoom in animation. You can put different animations also, but I prefer very simple animations because I want to make professional websites, not filled with full animation type of things. So let me refresh this here, and you can see that in this way you can put all the animations in all your website. Now let me show you how you can do the mobile part. So for doing the mobile part, you can see that there are these options. If you are not getting this option, I think you will get these options. Okay, and now if I go to this, and here you will find that we have this mobile responsiveness fully break. Now let's click on this, and here we can put some padding, like here we can put 20, and here we can also put 20, and also we can have this here, and here we can have 400. Okay, here, and here we can have styles 40, and we can make this in the center. Okay, and here we can have this and make this in the center. Here we can also have this and make this in the full width. Let's make this in the center also. Okay, so in this way this section is responsive. Similarly you can make this responsive. Just click on this, go to advanced, and from here you can remove this, and now you can make this 60 to the top, 20, 60. So you have to make this type of, you can see that this is fully responsive. So responsiveness part is very easy. You have to just add the margins from the left and right, and just play with little fonts. And okay, so this is also responsive. Okay, now let's make this. So here also we can put 60 to the top, 20, 60 and 20, and here also we can make this. Okay, so this is also. Now we can go to this, and here we can have 60 to the left, 60 like this. Okay, so in this way, and let's save this, publish this once. Okay, so in this way you can do all of these things responsive. Here also we can put some padding like 30. Okay, and let's decrease the size of this. So let's keep this 70. Okay, like this. And here also we can make this in the center, and I think this is all. So let's put 60 to the top, 20, 60 and 20. So this is done, and this is the slider. This is automatically become responsive. Okay, now let's publish this. Let me check my battery, because when I recording the video, okay, I have only 11% left. So let's publish this. So this is done. Now let's go to the footer part, And for the footer, you can see that this is almost responsive. We have to add some 20 pixel from the left and right, so it will have the responsiveness effect. So let me click on this footer part, main footer, and here we can add this 60 20 60 and 20 like this. Okay, in this way. And you can also put some gap here, like here we don't have any gap, so let's put the gap of 30. We can put the 50 also to keep it balanced. Okay, so this is done. Our footer is also responsive, only we have to make the header responsive. So for the header, we have to, let's go to the header part. So you can see that how quickly we are building the website here. So this is the power of the Elementor. So I would prefer to learn the Elementor if you are new, and you can also hide it. Let's hide this button and let's go to the responsiveness part, and from here you can also hide this in the mobile and tablet. Okay, now let's focus on this and here we can make this custom, and let's make this little bit like this. And now we can click on this toggle button, okay, like this. And here you can see that we have the toggle button option. Here let's make this golden, and we can make this white. Also when we hover, we have this like this. Okay, and we can click on this, and now again we have this drop down, and here in the drop down we can go to the hover, and here we have this, and here we have this like this. Okay, so we have successfully built whole website with responsiveness. Okay, and you can see that the power of the Elementor, I have only battery left 11%, and we have fully made this responsiveness also. Okay, so I hope you understand how we're gonna make this website from start to end. Okay, so let me show you the inspect part first. If I go to the inspect part, and if I show you that this is fully responsive here also, you can see that fully responsive. Also you have to just add the animation, and this will also work. If I go to any part of the vid section, it will go to its respective section. Okay, so I hope you like this type of awesome website. If you are new to our channel, please like and share our videos with your friends, and subscribe to our channel. All the links are in the video description. You can have the images and also the skits. Okay, so I will see you next time.